Ever feel like you're standing against something much bigger than yourself? A force that tries to wear you down, make you doubt what you know to be true. It's a universal human experience. One brilliant mind explored this struggle deeply, not in textbooks, but in captivating stories filled with timeless wisdom. He understood the power of darkness, but more importantly, he understood how to hold on to your inner light when shadows surround you. What's a belief or principle you fiercely defend, even when it's unpopular or challenging? Share your conviction in the comments. We're about to uncover profound lessons on maintaining faith when facing formidable opposition. One of the foundational lessons Tolkien imparts is the recognition of evil not as an abstract concept, but as a tangible and active force in the world. In Middle-earth, evil manifests in various forms, from the overt tyranny of Sauron to the insidious corruption of individuals like Saruman and the subtle temptations that prey on the weaknesses of even the noblest characters. Tolkien doesn't shy away from portraying the seductive allure of power, the destructive nature of greed, and the corrosive effects of fear and despair. This unflinching depiction serves as a crucial first step in understanding Tolkien's teachings. Evil is real, it is persistent, and it actively seeks to undermine good. However, Tolkien's narrative doesn't stop there. He underscores that while evil possesses significant power, it is ultimately a derivative force, a corruption of an original good. This theological underpinning is vital, as it suggests that evil, no matter how overwhelming it may seem, does not possess the inherent power to create or to truly extinguish the light of goodness. This understanding forms the bedrock upon which faith can stand firm, recognizing that the ultimate power resides in the source of all good. Have you ever encountered a situation where you witnessed the deceptive nature of evil, how it often masquerades as something alluring or beneficial? Describe that feeling in the comments. In the face of such tangible and pervasive evil, Tolkien emphasizes the paramount importance of unwavering faith. This faith, however, is not presented as a passive acceptance or a naive optimism. Instead, it is portrayed as an active, resilient, and often arduous commitment to goodness, truth, and hope, even when all evidence seems to the contrary. Characters like Frodo Baggins, despite being a seemingly ordinary hobbit thrust into an extraordinary and terrifying quest, demonstrate a profound inner faith that compels him to continue his seemingly impossible mission, even when burdened by immense physical and psychological suffering and tempted by the insidious power of the One Ring. This faith is not always loud or dramatic. It is often a quiet determination, a refusal to succumb to despair, and a persistent belief in the ultimate triumph of good, even when the path ahead is shrouded in darkness. Tolkien illustrates that this kind of faith is not immune to doubt or fear, but it is characterized by a steadfast refusal to allow those negative emotions to ultimately dictate one's actions or erode one's commitment to the good. Can you recall a time when you had to rely on inner strength and unwavering belief to overcome a daunting challenge? What was the source of that inner conviction? Share your thoughts. Tolkien also highlights the crucial role of humility in maintaining faith when confronted by evil. Characters who succumb to pride, believing in their own strength and wisdom to overcome darkness, often fall prey to its allure or underestimate its power. Saruman's tragic descent is a stark example of this. His initial noble intentions are corrupted by his pride and his belief that he can control and ultimately master the forces of evil. In contrast, characters who remain humble, acknowledging their own limitations and placing their trust in something greater than themselves, are often the ones who demonstrate the greatest resilience in the face of evil. Frodo's awareness of his own weakness and his reliance on the strength and loyalty of his companions, as well as the subtle guidance of forces beyond his understanding, are key to his ultimately successful, albeit deeply scarring journey. This teaches us that true faith often involves a recognition of our own fallibility and a willingness to rely on principles and powers that transcend our individual capabilities. How important do you believe humility is when facing difficult situations? Share your perspective. Another vital aspect of faith in Tolkien's work is the importance of community and fellowship. The bonds of loyalty, friendship, and shared purpose provide crucial support and strength when individuals are confronted by evil. The Fellowship of the Ring, despite its eventual fracturing, serves as a powerful symbol of how individuals with diverse strengths and abilities can unite in a common cause, bolstering each other's faith and resolve in the face of overwhelming darkness. The unwavering support of Samwise for Frodo, the wisdom and guidance of Gandalf, and the courage and camaraderie of the other members of the Fellowship all contribute to their collective ability to resist the forces of Sauron. Tolkien underscores that no one is meant to face evil alone, and that the strength of community, grounded in shared values and mutual support, is essential for maintaining faith and hope in challenging times. Can you think of a time when the support of a community or a group helped you to persevere through a difficult experience? Describe the impact of that collective strength. Tolkien also emphasizes the significance of small acts of kindness and courage in the face of overwhelming evil. While the grand battles and heroic deeds are certainly prominent in his narratives, it is often the seemingly insignificant acts of compassion, loyalty, and resistance that have the most profound impact on the course of events. Think of Bilbo's initial act of mercy towards Gollum, or the quiet resilience of the common folk of the Shire. These small acts of goodness, often performed at great personal risk, represent a refusal to succumb to the darkness and demonstrate the enduring power of the human spirit to choose good even in the face of terror. Tolkien suggests that maintaining faith in the face of evil often involves a commitment to living according to one's values in everyday actions, even when those actions seem inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. What small act of kindness have you witnessed or performed that had a surprisingly significant impact? Share your experience.
Furthermore, Tolkien's work highlights the concept of hope as an active and essential component of faith in the presence of evil. Hope is not presented as a naive denial of the darkness, but rather as a resilient conviction that good will ultimately prevail, even when the present circumstances appear bleak. Characters like Aragorn, despite facing seemingly insurmountable odds in his quest to reclaim his rightful kingship and defeat Sauron, never truly lose hope in the eventual triumph of good. This hope fuels their actions, sustains their resolve, and inspires others to continue fighting against the encroaching darkness. Tolkien suggests that maintaining faith in the face of evil requires a conscious cultivation of hope, a refusal to succumb to despair, and a persistent belief in a future where goodness and justice will ultimately reign. How do you personally cultivate hope during challenging times? What practices or beliefs help you to maintain a positive outlook? Share your strategies. Tolkien's Catholic faith deeply informed his understanding of grace and its role in the struggle against evil. Grace, in this context, can be seen as God's unmerited favor and assistance, often appearing in unexpected ways during times of great need. In Middle-earth, this can be subtly seen in moments of providential intervention or the unexpected strength and resilience of characters that seems to transcend their own natural abilities. While Tolkien doesn't explicitly preach dogma within his narratives, the underlying sense that there is a power for good working in the world, often behind the scenes, reinforces the idea that faith is not solely reliant on human effort. This suggests that maintaining faith in the face of evil also involves an openness to receiving help and guidance from sources beyond ourselves, a trust that there is a greater purpose and a benevolent force at work in the universe. Have you ever experienced a moment in your life that felt like an unexpected act of grace or divine intervention? Share your reflection. Ultimately, what Tolkien teaches us about faith in the face of evil is a message of enduring hope, resilience, and the unwavering power of goodness. He demonstrates that evil, while potent and pervasive, is not the ultimate victor. Faith, when grounded in humility, Nurtured by community, expressed through small acts of courage and kindness, and sustained by an active cultivation of hope, provides the strength necessary to resist the allure and the power of darkness. Tolkien's enduring narratives serve as a powerful reminder that even in the most challenging times, the light of faith can serve as a beacon, guiding us through the shadows and towards the eventual triumph of good. His work encourages us to recognize the reality of evil, to cultivate unwavering faith, to embrace the strength of community, and to never underestimate the power of hope and small acts of goodness in the ongoing struggle between light and darkness. What are your key takeaways from Tolkien's teachings on faith in the face of evil? Which of these aspects resonates most strongly with you? Share your thoughts and continue the conversation in the comments below. Let us learn from each other as we navigate our own challenges with faith and hope. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Tolkien's profound wisdom. If you found this discussion insightful, please like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds of literature and faith, and share this with anyone who might find it inspiring.